Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and today we're going back to the world of heavy metal on vinyl. I've got my Metal Blade Records t-shirt here, and Metal Blade's head honcho Brian Slagel just did a big thing for the 40-year anniversary of the Metal Blade label. On vinyl, reissued at long last, the original Metal Massacre. This compilation is noteworthy for having the first ever commercially released Metallica song, as well as some early tunes from some other noteworthy bands. It launched several careers, and there were several subsequent Metal Massacre compilations, but none were as popular or as iconic as the original. And it's great to get a reissue of this that also includes a few other little surprises. So I'm going to do an unboxing for this, and I'll share some of my opinions. Here's the artwork. If you're at all a heavy metal fan, that should look very familiar to you. Back cover has the track list. This release reinstates 2 songs that were deleted from the original pressing, so that's very nice. Let's take a look at what we get inside here, too. Here's our actual record. I mean, the label itself's a little plain looking. They were probably just trying to replicate what the original looked like. And it comes on this gorgeous, ruby red vinyl. There was another version of this that was like gray vinyl that was sold exclusively through the Metallica website, and that sold out very quickly. So I got the only version I could. Got an insert here. This is like a mini poster on this side. And then on this side, you've got a lot of like scrapbook type stuff, like old flyers and tickets, and that looks very cool. So there's no denying the place in heavy metal history that this album has because, like I said, it has the first ever commercially released Metallica song, which was an early version of the song Hit the Lights. Now, I am going to say this. You need to keep your expectations in check. That recording is an interesting piece of heavy metal history, but the recording itself is terrible. It's not a good recording. James Hetfield sounded like he was ingesting helium prior to singing this song. And it just sounds very rough and unpolished, and not really in a good way. The version that was on Kill 'Em All is vastly superior to this. Although, again, I do respect the place in heavy metal history that this version of the song has. Also noteworthy on here are an early version of the Black and Blue song Chains Around Heaven, that group featuring guitarist Tommy Thayer, who is now the guitar player for Kiss. That song was added to subsequent pressings after 2 songs were deleted from the original. I'm happy to report that those have been restored here. Those songs are Cold Day in Hell by Steeler, which was Ron Keel's old band. That group also featured Yngwie Malmsteen at one point, but this version does not have Yngwie Malmsteen, so it would have been before his tenure with that particular short-lived band that went through so many members. And then there's also an early version of the Rat song Tell the World, which would later appear on their debut EP. And this has Matt Thorne and Kurt Mayer on it for the rhythm section. So this would have been pre-Juan Crucier and pre-Bobby Blotzer, so that's pretty cool. Also songs from artists like Bitch, Avatar, Sirathungal, Demon Flight, Pandemonium, Malice. Several of those artists I'm not really familiar with. I know that some went on to decently substantial careers. I've actually got that Tales from the Stage book downstairs, and Betsy Bitch from Bitch is one of the people they interview in there, and she's got a pretty interesting story. But I would like to go through and maybe buy some albums from some of these bands that I'm less familiar with, because this is certainly an interesting primer to get you interested into a lot of these particular bands that you might not have explored before. So it's a great compilation with some great tunes. Like I said, the Metallica song on here is not great, but it's a noteworthy piece of history, and I'm very grateful to Brian Slagel for giving this a long overdue reissue. My only real complaint is that I wish that included a CD copy and a digital download as well, because this is a vinyl-only reissue, and Slagel has stated that in several interviews, but it'd be nice to be able to take it on the go as well. Minor complaint, though, I am glad that I finally own this in some shape or form after all these years. Are you a fan of the original Metal Massacre compilation? What's your favorite song and artist featured on here? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content, because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.